Well, Nigeria as a nation does not deserve a good leader because the formation of this country was built on deception, lies, and destruction. You will listen to a very important, submission by a northern politician who has said they would never vote Peter Obi. Why? Because he created alcohol industries. Is that the person that they will vote come to 97 so that he can come into the north and create alcohol? I mean, watch this. They will continue the analysis.
Who else do you think would defeat Ashwaju in 2027? Who? Peter Obi? That was on your program saying he wants the North to support him and trust him. In the same program, he is celebrating building breweries in Anambra State and being the biggest importer of alcohol. And he wants the North to vote for him. We will vote for a president that will import alcohol in the North. Or is it those ones that are saying their wives are taking care of them? We cannot hand over this country to people, to men that are being fed by their wives.
Okay, welcome back. You see, I've always said it that no matter how hard Peter Obi tries to sell himself to the North, there are few elements that will go out there and just sell some mundane rhetorics. And you'll be surprised how they will spread like wildfire. These are the kinds of lies, the kinds of nonsensical, retrogressive, narrative that APC, the Tinubu, will spread across the North to demarket Peter Obi. Aside from the fact that they will still talk about the issue of the 1960 Biafran War, okay? But you see this one of alcohol, using religion, using the stories of it is Peter Obi's wife, blah, blah, blah. Are you with me? These are the things that they will sell to the North. And indeed, if care is not taken, it will be a smooth sailing ride for Tinubu. Because Nigeria is not a country, but a group of countries, of nations that have been grouped together to perpetually lie to themselves. Nigeria, for me, 2027, will be a show of who we truly are as a people. Because by 2027, a lot of division will happen. Oh, yes. And why this is being done is simple. The North are doing everything to force that their supremacy that they believe that they have, the superiority that they believe that they have in politics. But for me, this is not politics, but dirty politics, wherein they bring in ethnicity, religion. They don't talk about competence. They don't talk about character. They don't talk about your good governance antecedents. What they talk about are just religious inclined conversations. Do you think if a Peter Obi converts to to a Muslim today, they would suddenly not begin to love him? Do you think? Peter Obi goes to the North and marries one Fulani woman, and he says that this is my first lady to be, my potential first lady. What do you think they're going to do to him? So, when I look at Peter Obi, when I look at the North, when I look at Tinubu, I have come to the conclusion that for me, if Peter Obi must win, there are some level of bigotry needs to apply into his campaign. Unfortunately, Peter Obi is not such a person. And this is why you say that Tinubu, I have always said it, Tinubu will easily, if care is not taken, have a landslide victory in 2027. Because Nigeria is a tribalistic nation. Nigerians cannot take away bigotry from their lenses of judgment, conversations. They cannot. They will see you and look at you through the lens of ethnicity and religion. You just watch what is going to happen in the coming months. This is just the beginning. This is just the first guy. But when you take a back step and you look at the North, you keep asking them that are these people out of their head? Are they out of their senses? I mean, so many Nigerians, so many obedient, so many Southwestern Muslims have even looked at them who are obedient and look at them and say, I don't get it. That brewery that Peter Obi inaugurated, set up in Anambra today, is the biggest taxpayer to the government's coffers. And not just that, it is one of the largest employers in the state. That brewery, directly and indirectly, employs nothing less than 5,000 indigents of Anambra. But you see, they will not espouse on that. They will not expand on such conversations. They will simply say that man will bring in Aram on the north because he will want to expand his business. They will go ahead and say that after all, Peter Obi has shares in that company. So definitely he would want to, down tune or downplay Sharianization of the north. Oh God. We keep deceiving ourselves. But 2027, for me, Nigeria we will get to that point of total reflection and total reality. That's for me. That by 2027, everybody will see what happened. Because I think not my speculations, okay, not will not get what they are looking for, which is to either grab power for themselves or reinstate a stooge. I mean, we know what they have been doing with Jonathan, right? We know what they have been talking to Jonathan for. That Jonathan, I better come and complete this remaining 4 years. Tinubu is the menace. And yet, the man who has the competence, who has the commitment, who has the character, who has the charisma, who has everything, the wherewithal, the resources. One charlatan calling himself APC chieftain, a northerner, saying that they will go and start propagating that Peter Obi created alcohol industry, that he is anti-north. Can you imagine? Can you just, in fact, this charlatan even went ahead and said that if Amechi tries to come out in the ADC, they will also reject him, that they will never hand over this country to a man that says that his wife is the one that feeds him. Can you imagine? Can you imagine the level of retrogression, how backward thinking they are just for politics? Just because they want to continuously be the people who control the Nigerian politics. I've told you Nigeria is an expired contraption. It's an expired entity. I have never seen this level of argument so mundane, so primordial, so nonsensical. When you find yourself in the city of the blind and you are trying to explain to the blind people that this is color red, this is color blue, this is color orange, they look at you that everything we are seeing is black and we don't believe whether it is red. The only thing that we know is it is black color. This is what the North are. The North will never, no matter how much you speak grammar, no matter how much you go there and why do you think Tinubu want North? Why do you see, we speak to facts and with clear minds, with objectivity, not sentiment. The only reason why Tinubu won North in 2023 was basically, one, because it was a Muslim ticket. Two, because Tinubu rode on their moral right, which is, as a Muslim, you have to pay your debt. We helped your Messiah and your supposed Messiah Buhari. Now it is the turn of the Fulanis to help the Yorubas in turn. That was the sentiment that Tinubu rode upon. And it went viral. It wasn't because maybe Tinubu was healthy. It wasn't because maybe Tinubu was so brilliant. It wasn't because Tinubu went for more debate. It wasn't because Tinubu was the one who turned Lagos to Dubai. No. It was just because for those two factors. And that was the reason why I said, you see that Malam that we just watched earlier on channels, okay, who has said that Nigeria will not, and by the way, this is not Nigeria, because Nigeria is in in 6 subsections. But they say, when they say Nigeria, they mean core north, not middle belt. That core north will not vote him because he is a what? He is a distributor and God. How we take jam ourselves for this kind of container? That is the problem I have. How we take, because whether you like it or not, their actions and inactions affect us. Imagine we were just southern Nigeria. Listen, just imagine that the north is not there. We were just southern Nigeria, the Yorubas, the Igbos, the Ijos. What do you think will happen? 2027, Tinubu is a gunner. He is a gunner. But the pathway to Tinubu's victory is still the north. Because one thing is, the north, with these rhetorics, with these narratives, that they will not vote for Obi because he's an alcohol seller, he's a Christian. The other day, I saw Ruben Abati, which I will play his video at the end of this. He said that they did not still find it unconvincing to trust an Igbo man because of the Biafran war. I just look at that old man, Ruben Abati. I said, this man, why are you bringing this conversation up? And who told you that the North have not forgotten? Why must you be the one that will bring such a narrative? Are you giving the North? And by the way, don't forget that Ruben Abati was a politician. I mean, we know he ran for deputy governor under PDP in 2019 or thereabout. So we know his political journey. So you see, it is a clear cut that as a Nigerian, okay, who is realistic, who you know that this country must be reformed, must be restructured. In fact, this country must be ended. Then you must see that do not put your all in 2027 supporting Peter Obi. Yes, it is clear we need to support him, we need to pray for him, we need to hopefully see him try. I mean, he shouldn't lose his life. That's the most important thing, right? However, you must understand that for as long as Peter Obi is not ready to play those are dirty, petty politics, I don't see him, because the youth are waking in the south, but in the north, the youth are not. The northern youths are still very much engaged by this primordial sentiment of religion, sentiment of ethnicity, sentiment of the 1960 Biafran war, sentiment of the Igbo man cannot be trusted, sentiment of the Fulani oligarch and hegemony. You see, these are the things that these northern political elites and their leaders will propagate, sell. Is Peter Obi ready to marry a Fulani woman? Is Peter Obi ready to convert to Muslim? Okay, is Peter Obi ready to talk about bigotry? Is Peter Obi ready to say that, okay, it is the turn of the Igbos? You see, I really sincerely do not want to speak about this. But the only person that I think is benefiting from all these shenanigans is Tinubu. Because Tinubu will once again go out there and campaign on bigotry. That's it. He will go out there and tell them the Yorubas allow the Fulanis to complete their 8 years. Allow us, or we will scatter everything. These are the things they will start saying. I mean, look at what they have been saying. Look at what Onanuga said. Look at what Reno Mokro said. Look at what the Middle Belton man, the SJF, George Akume, what he said. So those are their talking points. Their talking points will not be, we have done this, we need additional time so that we can complete it for continuity's sake. That is not it. Propaganda, lies, bigotry. if for me, it's just I'm just out of words. I'm out of words. I know that Atiku is sincerely happy with this. Because for Atiku right now, with this narrative, I can see the PDP boys coming out and questioning that, okay, how do you intend to counter this narrative? Why don't you run as a deputy behind Atiku? And within those 4 years, this Atiku has vowed that he will not even do more than 1 term. Okay, now within those 4 years, Atiku would have neutralized those poisonous narrative APC wants to sell. You can see the scheme. If Obi fails to do that, that narrative will fly. And then, yes, 2027, Atiku might probably win because the South will be divided. Yes. So Atiku will probably have more votes because when the South is divided, because Obi will win the Southeast, he will win the South. They will split the middle belt. Him and Tinubu will split the middle belt. Obi will probably get just some fractions in the North. But Atiku will overwhelmingly win the North. Clearly. Then we might have a situation whereby the North will then start the anarchy because Tinubu will not want to step down. I mean, I can envision this. It is as clear as night and day. And for me, I am just impatient. Can't wait for that day to happen. Sincerely speaking, I just want to have a situation whereby let us end this facade, this farce, this lies. For how long? But for real, for how long? Yesterday, Rufai came out and said, yeah, Just Bit actually won, that they regret it. He released I don't know where he got that result. Because from that result, I found it that Peter B won almost all the states that they said he never won in 2023. He won Port Harcourt, he won, in fact, they said Peter B came second in Ekiti. He got about 40-something% vote. They said in Lagos, he got about 1 million votes. In Benue, they said he won it. Rufai was one, I mean, these are what reports say, that Rufai was one that released it. And since that time, the Nigerian people have noticed that when we talk about progress, the North will somehow be there to stampede it. And this is why you can see it is still the same elements of the North right now, okay, who are saying that they will push a narrative that Toby is an alcohol seller. The same North Rufai who released that result is not doing it because he wants Peter Obi to, maybe he wants to deputize Peter Obi. I don't think so. He's probably doing it for the benefit of the ADC coalition party. So when you have this understanding, then you know that Nigeria shouldn't happen and Nigeria should not exist beyond 2027. Well, let's listen to some fractions of Nigerians who, I mean, since when they heard this, they've had a serious conviction that by 2027 we will end this country.
You see, this post has already shut the mouth of many people, naysayers. First, I will let us know that the reality is obvious before our eyes now. We were on on the system. You see that Benue. When Benue result came out, I was shivery because I couldn't comprehend the kind of margin I was seeing. The LP result that was pushing out. I said, wait a minute. You see, when the obvious is too obvious, if you were not even sure, because many people were crying online, this is not our result, but we missed it. How?
You have so many stumbling blocks on your ways, and that is APC, or no, it's not APC, AC chilling, jollof rice steaming, Wi-Fi blazing. You have those kind of problems in your way, and without taking out those problems, you cannot solve anything. You know, if I still wake up tomorrow and I see tweets like that on the internet and somebody head never bust, you guys are not ready.